guys, I can't believe I finished another sketchbook. Look at all the sketchbooks I finished in the last year. That's so crazy. It looks like I drew so much. I mean, I guess I did, but what the heck? It's so crazy to see, like, in this view. I already started my next one. Here's the next one. These are all the covers that I designed. This is the crane machine one. It has these little Shibas and a little guy here. Then I made these other ones as well. They're all available on my website. And I actually made a new paper type. So this one is the smooth paper. I have some videos comparing the textured paper. This is the textured paper book. The main differences are the paper types and the ways that different medias interact with them. The spine is also very different. The smooth one is more compact. The thicker one is the textured paper. It's just as light though. I know it looks crazy, it looks like a Bible, but it's actually super light. It's just this way because the paper is thicker. And the thick paper allows for medias like watercolor and more water-based things, but I've been primarily using these smooth papers. I think in coming videos, I will be sharing more about the textured books, but for today's video, I can finally do this tour. I started August 19th and I finished about 2 months later. Today is October 21st. The reward is just don't steal it, please. And I'm Picarar. This sketchbook was kind of a blur for me. I don't really remember what I did in it, but a lot of things happened. The spine is kind of crazy now. I'm excited to just go through it with you guys and rediscover what I've been working on. This year, I've been really diving into traditional medias again. So this one is fountain inks. In the sunlight, this blue is crazy shimmery. You can't really see it right now. I'm not in direct sunlight, but it's all the same blue. I applied a darker amount here for the line art and the base drawing, but then behind it, I added a little bit more water and just spread it around. But what's cool about it is it's all the same blue. This one was by a river. My friends and I had a little cabin trip somewhere in Oregon and we were just drawing by the water. I really enjoyed this moment, and anytime I can just sit outside in nature, touch grass, and draw, those are my favorite moments. This is also done with fountain pens. This is a mix of different fountain inks. I think primarily in general, my recent drawings and sketchbooks have all been using fountain pens. My favorite fountain pen is the TWSBI Eco with the broad nib specifically. I just enjoy the thicker lines. This one's empty, I just finished it. The last page is actually using the ink from this pen, but these are all broad nib, I believe. It just creates like such thick lines, and I really enjoy that. This is still from the cabin trip, so this drawing and these I did all in one sitting. I was still looking at the same rocks and leaves and whatnot outside, and then this was like a can that one of my friends was drinking. This page is primarily done by my friends. The brown ink is me, but then everything else is like friends because we were trading sketchbooks and just doodling together. I like trading sketchbooks. I feel like you get to see your friends' doodles. I did like fan art of my friends' work, and then you can get cool illustrations like this. This is a drawing by Wafflo, and he did me and Foam as weapons. This one is by Torpid Urchin. We went on a little hike to this waterfall area, so we sat down there and drew the waterfall, just drew the nature all around. There was also a really cute dog at the trailhead, so I doodled that little guy real quick. I really like this page. I especially love the melon soda ink that's from Sailor. It's an exclusive collab between Sailor and Blue Black, which is a stationery store in Korea. Same melon soda. Here are some more inks. This is ink from Sailor as well. It has like a bit of a shimmer to it. Can you see? And then this is a picture that I printed of me and my friends on the hike. I have this thermal printer that has blue ink. It's really nice. and it's transparent, which is super cool. So I actually have a video specifically over this printer. I love it. It's small, compact, and I like traveling with it and just printing photos. These are doodles, the black ones, by Curlbite on Instagram, and I really like this little character he drew, so I drew my version of it with a knife. I just like drawing knives, if you haven't noticed. And then our friend got a little adoption certificate for our rock, and this was my rock that I picked. So I named it Shipito. Here's the rock. Kind of looks like a dog, you know? Like Shippo, my dog, who is sleeping on the bed right now. He's so cute. Okay, this page is funny because same cabin trip, we were figuring out in Morse code what this meant, like some kind of braille, or was it Morse code? I don't remember. Whatever it was. So I tried to systematically figure out what it meant. So that's what all the melon soda is, but I just couldn't figure it out, and I just made some random, I don't know. We were playing like some games at the cabin trip and trying to guess what the code meant. We were also drawing Pokemon from memory, which I did terribly. It's in the melon soda. I did not like it, so I just drew on top of it with this darker ink. I find myself just drawing over things all the time. It looks super messy, but I'm cool with that. It makes the spread look kind of cool. This was on the way leaving the cabin. So sad. That was a really fun trip. I had a lot of fun just touching grass. And so in the car, I was drawing all the trees and things that were passing by. I'm one of those people that can draw in the car. And here's more shimmery ink. Ooh, okay, so we arrived back home. My friends are still there. They basically stayed over for a couple of days, and we were just trading inks and looking at each other's different color palettes, and this was one of the colors that a friend had. It's so crazy. Isn't this Lost One Sea of Stars? I'm not sure, but it's this magenta color with some greenish yellow sheen. I'm obsessed with sheen. And here's like a sticker roll that I just put here. I don't know what I was covering, or maybe I just wanted to put it there. I think this page is primarily my friends. I don't think I drew anything here. Maybe just this one. Back in kindergarten, I used to draw people that had M bodies, and I just thought that was so brilliant that you could draw people and have the letter M, and it would just make this human body. That is a core memory from kindergarten that I remember. I don't know what else is going on here. I wrote, my friends are cracked. Just look, because everyone drew a bunch of stuff. And there's different styles going on. Here's a page that Fall made of Terriermon, which is my favorite Digimon. He drew Terriermon holding a gun, but then he forgot that he drew Terriermon holding a gun, so that he gave Terriermon more arms. And so now he has 3 arms on accident. This page is really silly. This one is kind of scary. Yeah. Another spread made by my friends. You know what? The sketchbook tour is actually not mine. It's just my friends. This one is by Small Art. We have horse things going on. We got like my little, I have this character that I like to draw featured here. This is her rendition of it. This one is by Dalton Doodles. I asked him to draw Flygon for me because I think Flygon is really cool. He's using the same magenta color here. It's actually his ink. So there's areas where it pools and it makes the sheen. Here's a scrapbooky page. Princeton made this one. So crazy. It's him holding ice cream. And then we have some stickers of Krebby, which is Shippo's bestie. And there's Shippo and Krebby. And then we got some Espion drawings by Ben Kipo. I really didn't work on any of these spreads. It's all just my friends. Maybe I did these ones? It kind of looks like my line art. Okay, resuming my work. We also went to Oblation, which is a stationery store in Portland, and a bunch of friends got inks. I got some paper. I got the Tomoe paper, and then a picture of friends at the cabin. Some more junk journaling of like washi tape and stickers and whatnot. I've just been dipping into new ink colors that I got. So at the time, this was a purple that I got, and then a blue that was really nice. There's like a little bit of shimmer on it. It's kind of hard to see. It's one of those inks that just look better in the sunlight. Here's some more doodles. This is Bow. Pretty sure that's Bow. And then I have this little cute horse notepad paper, so I drew a little horse. And then I'm using more of my friend's inks. You got the magenta. I think I really like the gold sheen it's giving. It's a gold or green. What does it look like to you guys? I was trying to mix inks together here. This is outlining with the same pink. The brown is something else. I don't know. A lot of mixing is happening here, which at the time was what I was really into. Speaking of mixing ink, what I like to do with my TWSBI is like I'll just get the TWSBI, have a pool of ink here that's a different color, dip it in, and then just draw, and you'll see different gradients that appear. So the TWSBI is this orange color, but then I dipped it in red, and so you can see variations where it turns red. This is some past junk journaling that I did from Asia. I was not in Asia at the time. I just grabbed these and put them in here. I wonder what I was covering here. It might not be covering anything. This is just the Tomoe paper, and I wanted to see how it would affect the ink versus on the smooth paper. Now that camp is over, Sag, why'd it happen so fast? It's true. So yeah, I think at this time all my friends left and I was left with my empty thoughts. So Small Art Mart is an event that we host in Seattle. It's an annual art market, and so we made some stickers this year and I thought they were really cute, so I put them in here. Our little mascot is this, I don't know what it is, little creature guy, Smoley, so I drew him here. And then I also have these 3 browns, so I was testing them out. Which brown do you guys like? I think I'm drawn to this bright one. This dark one is very nice for line art, and then there's like an in-between one. Very coffee coated. Here's a page all with a ink called Mandarin Orange. It's from Japan. The brand is called Fungu Box. I love this ink. I've refilled my pen twice with it already, and I'm debating if I want to refill it a 3rd time. I really like this page actually, so I used some washi. Well, it's more like kiss cut stickers. It's not actually like a roll, but I got these individual squares and I put them in here, and I love how hollow looking they are. I meticulously placed them in a way where it looks like washi. And then I have this ink, Waringle, the glass bead game. It has some shimmer to it. I noticed over time some shimmers disappear, or maybe in the lighting it will reappear, but right now I don't see it. This ink is very light in this book, but on other papers you can see more of the green and the purple, but in this paper it looks very pastel gray purple. I mean, that's nice too. Oh, I can kind of see the shimmer, just very little, but yeah, you can see it's like purple and maybe kind of bluish. I like the shading values that it provides. Here's some blue. It's really nice. So I like this page a lot just because of the color theme that I was going for. These are really funny. They have a funny story. It's from camp, but our friend was using it as like, you know, when you're just like painting and you're using little towels and you're cleaning a brush. We ended up junk journaling it. Epitome junk. This page I was demoing a lot of inks, so there's different colors you can see transitioning because I was trying to get rid of the ink off of my dip pen. I don't like wasting ink, so I might dip it, use it for something else, maybe swatch it, and then go back into my book and completely use the rest of the ink until it runs out, then continue doing that for different colors of inks. So that's what was happening here. This one's really nice. It's I Am Cat from Waringle. It's like a dark gray with some yellow shimmer. You see the shimmer? It looks really light on this book. I think I'm finding that lots of inks just look really light on this book in general, but I really like using the paper because it just feels so smooth. Like when I'm applying the TWSBI or any dip pens, I feel like I'm gliding across the paper. Here's some more junk journaling. We had an event at our physical store in Seattle. The store is called Pico and Friends. We had a Tabatai pop-up. We made these exclusive stickers. This is a sandwich that my friend Teresa got from Beechers, and I just stole her little tag from the sandwich. It's epitome junk journaling. I think this year I discovered junk journaling when I went to Asia and I was traveling and just grabbing a bunch of trash and putting it into my sketchbook, which is why my sketchbooks look like this now. They're just so fat. And then here are doodles by Elisa Draws. I don't think I drew anything here other than the little notes and this thing. This is when I discovered that inks just look so different on this paper versus other paper. So I made a little note saying, suddenly regular paper seems so much more nice for inks. I'm finding that it depends. I like these darker inks on this paper. I can still see the sheen, like you see this one, it's like shiny. There's like a little bit of blue. The Hound of Baskervilles is red and it's supposed to have a green sheen. I can kind of see it here. Lighter inks, some of them appear very nicely. Some of them I don't get the full color range. So for example, this one I was saying it has like more greens in it. I don't see it as much in this paper, but overall I do really enjoy using this book. Here's another event we hosted at our store. We had these ribbons that we made for the Unbeatable game. Does anyone play games? This is a rhythm game that we collabed with. And then, oh, I forgot to mention, I handmade these stickers for Tabatai. This is a glittery one that I made. This one's transparent. It's been a hot minute since I've handmade stickers, but yeah, I cut them out. I even applied the glitter label and everything. It took a hot minute to do. Here are some more doodles. I think I just enjoy these round shapes that I've been doing and filling the whole page and overlapping things. There's something nice about that. I'm pretty sure that's Nori, our black cat. And then I have these transparent stickers that I also made and I put them all over my book. What is this? Oh, I always say this book is bleed proof. It primarily is. Like if you've noticed in the last couple of pages, it's been bleed proof. But then I realized that certain inks, like this one, made it bleed through the page. This one too. See how it's bleeding there? Bleeding. It just depends on the brand. So this brand, this is Bungu Box. Bungu Box has something in their inks that makes it so much more potent. And then I find that it bleeds a little bit. So just caution for some of the darker inks. Look at this little monkey sticker I got from Asia. So cute. I went over to a friend's place. We were having dinner, so I was drawing the friends and then some more doodles. I find that my sketchbook becomes half journal, half to-do list for work, half, just sketchbook for drawing. So you'll see a lot of these little notes that I write to myself. They're not really meant for anything. I think I just also enjoy writing and getting these shading values from the inks. Like I love that there's light orange to dark orange, and I like seeing those shading values. So writing is a way for me to get the ink to just show the color variations. This is when we first added a shimmer ink to our TWSBI, and we found that it doesn't clog the broad TWSBI nib. So if you have a TWSBI with a broad nib and you want to add some shimmer inks, I think one brand I would recommend is Wearing Gold. It does not clog the pen at all. So there's a little bit of shimmer here. Yeah, I do feel like with Wearing Gold, the shimmers, they settle into the paper and then you don't see it as much. But maybe it's just not sunny today, because sometimes in the sun it's crazy. I tested out more inks. This one is A Room of One's Own. It's gray, but it has some red shimmers to it. Do you see the red? It's really nice. And then we got some grays and blues. On top of drawing knives, I also like drawing scissors, but they're a little bit harder for me. Here's some more testing. I think anytime you see these squiggles and these patches of colors, it's just me swatching the color and seeing what color variations I can get. More monkey stickers. Oh, I wanted to call out one thing I like to do with inks is I'll color in an entire area and then I'll go back over again with the same color and just add more poolings of inks, and you can get these textures. Like you see the sparkles I added underneath, and there's a little bit of sheen. So that's what I like to do with large areas of ink like this. This is one of my favorite inks. It's by Lennon Toolbar, Ying Piao, and it has crazy shimmer and lots of color variation. It's like a blue, green, yellow, and sometimes I will draw horizontal or vertical. I think I was testing more inks here. This looks crazy. What the heck? Just little guys, I guess. More swatching. Yeah, I think this is the period where I was swatching a lot of inks because I was making samples on different paper and then I would use the rest of the ink in the sketchbook to get rid of the ink on the dip pen. More swatching. I love transparent stickers. These are so fun. Which one is this? It's like red with some green shimmer. Did I make note of it? I don't know if I did. Some more swatches, and then these are doodles by Fum. I saw a comment somewhere saying sketchbook tour from Fum Wen, which is so true. His illustration style is very unique, very fun. We should get a sketchbook tour from him. I was half swatching here, half drawing an illustration. This is like a photo of a cove area, beach thing. It's quite messy. Oh, I was doing some math. I was trying to figure out something money related and it just looks crazy. So I just drew on top of it. Every now and then I will draw people. So I did some figure drawings here, but I feel like figure drawing is done best with pencil. I'm doing it with fountain inks here. You might not get the most fluid lines, and because the nib is particular about how you should hold it, you need to hold it in a way where the ink will actually come out. Some figure drawings with fountain pens are not the smoothest, but I think I did my best on this page and here too. And then I covered, oh my god, I think I tried to draw a person. I covered that up because I was like, I'm not happy with that. I really love this ink. It's Deception Pass by Wet Pen. It's sold out online. I'm so sad because I really want a vial. I like that it's green and blue at times. It's really nice. There's like more examples of it in the rest of the book that I'll show you in a bit. Here's some doodles by a friend. I think I was testing out my sticker, so I just put it here, but yeah, I did not do anything on this page. Maybe I did this orange. Just drawing with friends. And passing around sketchbooks is nice. Here's a study by an artist on Instagram. I was trying to figure out how to layer a bunch of paints. So like most of these are all fountain inks, and then I slowly started getting back into acrylic paint markers and just seeing how the layering works. And I don't know, yeah, just sometimes I like to switch around, use different medias. At this time I was having a digital art blog. I feel like I still am. I've just been wanting to do traditional. It's just so much more fun. This is the Deception Pass ink again. I'm super in love with it. And then this was around the time that Pokemon released the X and Y Raichu. He's so cute, but I don't know about which one do I not like. Let me see. It's this one. It's the one with the ears. The ears is like hard to read. The one with the double tail is really cute though. And I think it's just more fun to draw. Yeah, I spent like 3 pages just doing iterations. Like, look at that. The ears are weird because it has like tufts of thunder hair and then the actual ear is behind it. But the double tail one is just more fun to draw. The shapes are easier to read. This whole page is just, the outline is fountain pen, but then the coloring is alcohol markers. This is a mix of lots of medias. I think coloring is alcohol. You have some paint markers because it's opaque, and then there's some like line art here that is fountain inks. What the heck is that little guy? That looks so funny. Oh, is this Pokemon from memory? I think so. And random characters. Oh, okay. This is an interesting page. I was trying to emulate this illustration style where it's a bunch of layerings of inks, and I just couldn't get it right, so I retried on the next page. And voila, I was really happy with this application. And because I was experimenting with it, I had a lot of fun and it was very surprising, to go from this to this. And yeah, this was really fun. So I did it for a couple more pages, tried it here. I don't know about the eyes, but the coloring was really fun. I continued using more. This is paint markers, by the way, if I didn't mention it already. I do it on other pages later, but then I go back to using my book as a note-taking and to-do listing. It just helps me. I feel like I am so scatterbrained most days, so this just helps me stay on track on what I need to do. And then these are our babies. This is Bao, Nori, Calcifer. This is Shippo, and then other characters. And I just love the shading value and the color shifts. It's so nice with the inks. This is the same Mandarin ink color. This one was really fun because this green is all the same. The line art is a different green, but this green, I use a dip pen to just swish around the ink It's called Colorverse Kings Road, and I switched it around and then I used the same ink again and just went on top of it when it was dry to add these additional silhouettes, and that was a cool application. Some junk journaling. My friend Nico Bon Station made these cute stationery stickers. You can write on this memo pad sticker. I started a to-do list. I never got around to it. This page looks so crazy. Here is me mixing some inks. So I have yellow and then I just dipped it into other colors, and when you're writing it makes this cool transition. More stickers from Nico Bon Station. This page is also crazy. It's like, oh, here is the Tomoe paper I was talking about. So on this paper, this ink looks like this, but then on this paper, you can see how the ink colors, like more color values come out. So you get more blues, purples. This one is more muted, but it's the same ink. Isn't that crazy? So that's why I like experimenting with different papers. I just want to see how the colors turn out. And I think I had other notes to myself. Oh, I wanted to draw this. I wanted to draw a little Shiba Inu, but with a town on its stomach. One day I'll get to it. I'll make a full illustration. More to-do list. And then this is the Tomoe paper again. This ink is the Sailor Manual Fuji. It's like muted gray purple here, but then on this you can see more blue variations, which is really interesting. Another thing I like to do is like scribble ink and then draw on top of it with line art. It creates cool textures. I added more Tomoe paper to play with the Sailor Manual Haha ink. It's blue, but it has some purples in it, which is really nice. More swatching. I got this page, which is, again, the Mandarin color. This lighter color is the Pilot Toro color. These two are like my favorites. I keep refilling my pens with them. They're just so yummy. I think it's the value change that I really like. And this is all using the TWSBI broad nib. Here's that same painting style that I tried that one day. I applied it here. Use the same similar colors, and I had a lot of fun. I think I like it because it's a lot of scribbling. It's very freeing. I went to a cafe with some friends and I drew the flowers that were on the table. Here's more Tomoe paper. And this ink is really cool. I have to show it in a video some other time because it changes colors as you're writing. It's settled now and it has this like olive color with some dark greens to it, some dark browns. It's really nice. Let me show you up close. So here it is, and same ink on this paper. It looks so different, right? I think ink is so cool for that reason. We went to a omakase restaurant and Pham drew the chef, one of the chefs. And then we were also trying to draw this like vase teacup fish thing. And yeah, they look very different. It's kind of funny. These are some notes. I was helping my friend with their UX portfolio, so it looks crazy. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, I like this little thing happening. It's like a little ring of Shivas. That's fun. Here's another vertical page. I love drawing tulips. They're my favorite flowers. And then here's a little guy with a knife. Okay, back to paint markers. Oh, I just got the, they're called Emmy paint markers. They're really fun. So I was testing out the colors, testing out the opacity, and I like them. Comparable to shuttle markers. I actually think I might like the colors for Emmy markers better. So these are all Emmy. So fun. Really love the opaqueness. Enmy markers. And then I transitioned back to alcohol markers. This paper is super durable, so no matter how much ink you add onto it, it will not bleed. So anytime I'm coloring a large surface, it's most likely going to be alcohol markers. So here's more alcohol markers. I wrote a little comic strip of when we cut Shibble's nails. We gave him some treats. We clip, and then he was happy. And there he is. This is when we went to New York. And we stopped by at a park and we're just drawing the things at the park. There was a cute little dog there. I tried drawing the dog in another angle, but wasn't happy with that, so I covered it. Here are some people at the park. I was not a fan of these. I think they seemed a bit stiff. I wish I did more like figure drawings like I did in the previous pages for these people, like this, like more loose. But I don't know, I was like feeling a bit structured here. More park drawings. These are park thumbnails. but we were also on the subway and I saw these ads for birds, so I was drawing those. And then this is a person that was at the park. And then we went to Yoseka. This is the part of the sketchbook that I have shared previously in another video when I went to New York and went to Yoseka, sampled a bunch of their inks, bought a bunch of their inks, more sampling. Here's a comic that I do want to release at some point, but I just haven't yet. It's about aliens and dreams and flying. And then more sampling of inks at Yoseka. I came back a second time because I needed to get more ink. I didn't need to, I wanted to, but I needed to, you know what I mean? And then I went to oh my god, look at that sheen. It's like red to green. Went to our friend's wedding, and so outside the venue were these trees and vines, so I was drawing those. Junk journaled a lot from the wedding. This is flowers from the venue, and then napkins from the venue. Yeah, I'm a crazy trash person. More flowers, and then we went to the Bandai store to get some packs for foam. This is my little name card at the table. And oh, okay, I wanted to show you guys. This is so cool. So the flowers had water in them, like lots of water. And so because I put them here, it made all the pages wet, which is why it's super crinkly. But it also turned my inks into different colors. So you can see here, it's like, this is the Deception Pass ink. So it's blue here, but then it turns like yellow-green. It's so cool. And it's because of the flowers. I unexpectedly opened my book one day and I found this, and it was such a happy surprise. I did it on this page too. I think that's so cool. Kind of want to try just putting water and seeing what happens to inks in that way. More thumbnailing. I don't know where we were or what we were looking at, but I was thumbnailing stuff. Oh, I got this new ink from a friend. It's the Kakimori Little Box of Memories. It's so nice. It's become like a new favorite ink. I think because I like the Mandarin one and the Toro yellow one, I'm gravitating towards these warm colors and their value shifts. So this is like a page where I swatched a bunch of inks and I fell in love with this one. So I filled my TWSBI with it. It's a pigment ink, which apparently might clog your pen, but because the TWSBI nib broad, maybe it's just thick and broad, so it did not clog my pen. Same ink, just doodled a bunch more and then had like a mini to-do list for myself that day. I realized I don't really use black inks, but a friend recently got me the Sailor Ink Kiwaguro. It's a very nice black. It does not bleed over when it dries. This one bled a little bit. It's a different ink. I don't know where it's from. I got it for free when I bought a fountain pen. And then more thumbnailing and to-do lists for myself, and same with this page. I think starting to get near the end of this book was a lot of like, I need to do things, I need to lock in. So I made a bunch of lists for myself and was also swatching a lot of inks. This is a stamp that I made for our physical store. It's so cute. These are all drawn by Elisa Draws. I just turned it into a stamp. And yeah, if you come to our store, you can bring your own sketchbook, you can have a little note card, and you can use our stamp station. More swatching of blue inks and some washi tape. More swatching, and a reminder for everyone, social media is not good for us. Oh my god, guys, I missed 2 pages. Let's just ignore that. This is a test page. I did a video where I tested the papers in the smooth book and the textured book. So I was testing to see if it would bleed, and it does not. I was also testing pencil and paint markers, and then more to-do lists and some thumbnailing for a video that I was gonna do. This was really fun because I was swatching ink, but I was actually using the container of the ink itself. It's wet when you open it, so you can just like boop, do that. It makes a little ring, and you can use the excess ink to just swirl it around, which is really fun. This is one of my favorite inks. It's by Kuretake. It's a purple, but it has some gold and green sheen. These ones are French. This one and this one. It's like a blue with some shimmer and sheen, and this one's purple with some shimmer. And then I use watercolor to do this and some paint markers. And the last page, just let's forget that I forgot 2 pages. I'll fill them in, I swear. The last page is this Pokemon from memory, and I used the rest of this ink, which I believe was Brother of Something by Wearingle. But yeah, that concludes my sketchbook tour. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. I can't believe I finished another one. That's so crazy. I've just been mindlessly doodling, I guess. I post every Monday, 12 p.m. PST. Please like and subscribe and comment. I try to respond to every comment, so thank you guys so much for having discussions in my chat, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye!